Mazda's CEO just dropped an announcement revealing 4 brand new models arriving in 2026 that nobody saw coming. If you've been watching Mazda stick to safe, predictable crossovers, what's about to happen will completely change your mind. While most automakers are killing off their exciting vehicles to chase electric SUV sales, Mazda is bringing back legendary nameplates and launching models that will make even skeptics pay attention. Number 4. Next generation Mazda MX-5 Miata. The car that single-handedly proved affordable sports cars could still exist is getting ready for its next chapter. Mazda is developing the 6th generation MX-5 Miata, and the changes coming are substantial enough to make even the most devoted fans pay attention. The next Miata is being reimagined from the ground up, with engineering decisions that will define what a lightweight sports car means for the next decade. At the heart of this transformation sits a completely reworked platform. Mazda's engineers are targeting a weight reduction that could bring the curb weight below 2,200 pounds. Think about what happens when you remove unnecessary weight from a sports car. Every input you make through the steering wheel becomes more immediate. Every corner feels sharper. That's why this weight savings isn't just about bragging rights. The engineering team is achieving this through advanced high-strength steel construction combined with selective aluminum components, creating a car that responds to your commands with zero delay. The powertrain situation is where Mazda is taking a purist approach that enthusiasts will appreciate. The next Miata is getting a larger 2.5-liter naturally aspirated inline-4 engine, replacing the current 2.0-liter unit. Don't expect massive horsepower gains here. The output will remain in a similar range to the current model, likely around 180 to 190 horsepower. But here's what matters more than raw numbers. Anyone who's driven a truly great sports car knows that the connection between driver and machine isn't just about peak horsepower. It's about how the engine delivers that power, how it responds to throttle inputs, and how it communicates through every gear change. That's exactly what the larger displacement brings to the table. The 2.5-liter engine will provide more low-end torque and a broader power band, which translates to a car that feels more responsive in real-world driving without needing to constantly wring it out to redline. The increased displacement also means smoother power delivery and better throttle response at lower RPMs, making the car more enjoyable whether you're carving canyon roads or navigating daily traffic. The manual transmission isn't going anywhere either. Mazda understands that removing the stick shift from a Miata would be like removing the soul from the car, so a 6-speed manual will remain standard equipment. Styling-wise, the next generation is taking inspiration from Mazda's latest design language. Expect sharper lines, more aggressive proportions, and lighting elements that give the car a more modern presence without abandoning the friendly character that makes the Miata special. But while a lightweight sports car is impressive, it's not exactly what most people need for hauling gear on the weekend, which is where the next model comes in. Number 3. Mazda B2000. Here's where Mazda is making one of its boldest moves in decades. The company is bringing back the compact pickup truck, a segment it abandoned in North America long ago. The new B2000 represents Mazda's answer to the growing demand for affordable, practical trucks that don't require a ladder to climb into. While the market has been flooded with increasingly massive pickups that cost as much as luxury sedans, Mazda is going in the completely opposite direction by focusing on efficiency, maneuverability, and everyday usability. The B2000 is being developed on a modified version of TNGA platform, the same architecture that underpins several Toyota models. But Mazda isn't just rebadging a Toyota. The B2000 will have its own unique styling, interior design, and driving dynamics that align with Mazda's philosophy of creating vehicles that are genuinely enjoyable to drive. Under the hood, the base engine will be a 2.5-liter inline-4 producing around 180 horsepower. Anyone who's owned a truck knows the pain of watching the fuel gauge drop during your daily commute. Most people don't tow 10,000 pounds every day, but they do pay for gas every week. That's why Mazda's hybrid variant could be the real star of the lineup. It's expected to deliver combined output in the 220 horsepower range while achieving fuel economy figures that would make full-size truck owners weep with envy. Some reports suggest that this hybrid setup could return over 35 miles per gallon combined, which translates to potentially 500+ miles of range on a single tank. The interior is where Mazda's attention to detail really shows. Unlike bare-bones work trucks with plastic everywhere, the B2000 is about to offer a surprisingly refined cabin with the same quality materials and build standards you'd find in Mazda's passenger cars. So, the B2000 brings practicality at an affordable price, but if you need something even smaller for navigating tight city streets, the next announcement is exactly what you've been waiting for. Number 2. Mazda CX-20. Mazda is taking aim at the subcompact crossover segment with an entirely new model positioned below the CX-30. The CX-20 is being designed to capture younger buyers and urban dwellers who need the versatility of a crossover but don't want the size, weight, or fuel consumption of larger SUVs. The platform underneath is a shortened version of Mazda's small car architecture, engineered to maximize interior space while keeping exterior dimensions compact enough for city driving. Early information suggests the CX-20 will measure approximately 168 inches in length, making it notably smaller than the CX-30 but still offering legitimate practicality for 4 adults and their cargo. Powertrain options are being tailored for efficiency without sacrificing the responsive character Mazda customers expect. The base engine will likely be a naturally aspirated inline-4 producing around 155 horsepower. For buyers wanting more punch, a turbocharged variant could offer up to 180 horsepower, bringing genuinely sporty performance to a segment that typically prioritizes efficiency over excitement. The real game changer might be the hybrid option. If you've ever been stuck in stop-and-go traffic, burning gas while going nowhere, you understand why hybrids make so much sense for city driving. Mazda is developing a self-charging hybrid system specifically for smaller vehicles, and the CX-20 could be one of the first models to receive it. This setup would pair a small gasoline engine with an electric motor to deliver combined output around 180 horsepower while achieving fuel economy in the mid-40 miles per gallon range. Inside, the CX-20 will feature Mazda's latest interior design philosophy, which emphasizes clean lines, quality materials, and intuitive ergonomics. Safety technology will be comprehensive, with Mazda's full suite of driver assistance systems included as standard equipment. Mazda appears to be targeting a starting MSRP around $24,000, which would position the CX-20 as a premium alternative to budget-focused competitors. The CX-20 addresses practicality and efficiency, but if you're wondering whether Mazda has forgotten about pure driving passion, the final announcement will answer that question in the most dramatic way possible. Number 1. Mazda RX-9. This is the announcement that has enthusiasts absolutely losing their minds. Mazda is bringing back the rotary engine in a dedicated sports car that resurrects the legendary RX nameplate. The RX-9 represents more than just nostalgia. It's Mazda's statement that driving excitement still matters in an era where most manufacturers are abandoning passionate vehicles in favor of practical crossovers and electric appliances. The rotary engine returning isn't the outdated, fuel-hungry design from the RX-8 era. Mazda has spent years developing a modern rotary that addresses the historical issues of poor fuel economy, excessive oil consumption, and reliability concerns. The new engine will be a twin-rotor design displacing somewhere around 1.3 to 1.5 liters, but here's where it gets interesting. Mazda is pairing the rotary with an electric motor in a performance-oriented hybrid system. Ask any enthusiast what they wish their high-revving engine had more of, and they'll tell you low-end torque. That instant shove in your back when you punch the throttle from a stoplight. That's exactly what the electric motor provides. Instant torque to complement the rotary's high-revving power delivery. Combined output is rumored to be around 400 horsepower, which would make this a legitimate performance car capable of running with competitors costing significantly more. The chassis is being engineered from the ground up with performance as the absolute priority. Mazda is targeting a near-perfect 50-50 weight distribution, achieved through strategic placement of the battery pack and other components. The platform itself uses advanced materials to keep the weight around 3,000 pounds, which is impressively light for a modern sports car equipped with a hybrid powertrain and all required safety equipment. Pricing is perhaps the biggest question mark. Most speculation places the RX-9 starting price somewhere between $55,000 and $65,000, which would position it against vehicles like the Nissan Z, Toyota Supra, and Chevrolet Corvette. These 4 models represent something bigger than just new products in Mazda's lineup. The next generation Miata proves lightweight sports cars aren't dead. The B2000 brings back affordable truck ownership. The CX-20 offers urban buyers a premium compact option, and the RX-9 resurrects the rotary engine for a new generation. What connects all of them is Mazda's refusal to follow the crowd. While most manufacturers chase trends and abandon what made them special, Mazda is doubling down on driver engagement and building vehicles that people actually want to drive. But don't think that Mazda is the only one that prepares big novelties for the next year. If you're more of a Toyota fan, you'll be happy to hear that it's bringing not 4 nor 5 but 10 new models for 2026. Toyota is about to cover every single segment of the automotive market and cement its position as the global leader.